Hey everyone, what's going on? Andrew Summers coming at you with a description video for a VDV Buggy. Now, if you know about the military builds I usually have on this channel, they are usually fictional US military or fictional Chinese military. This, however, well, it's a piece of Russian kit, the VDV Buggy. I do not know what the VDV translates to, and even if I did, I can't really pronounce it because it's in Russian. But from the gist of it, the VDV Buggy is like a light transportable buggy vehicle. I guess Russian special forces use it, I'm not too sure. But if you're wondering why I have this, this was actually a commissioned build. So someone on Instagram, they hit me up and wanted to know if I would do a commission for them. And they said either the Growler ITV or this VDV Buggy. And if you played Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, you'll know all about these little buggy vehicles. But he gave me the choice of which one to do, and I said, well, I think the VDV Buggy would be the easier of the two. Turns out that wasn't necessarily the case, but I fought through that, and I managed to come up with this. Now, I typically don't do commissions, mainly because in my past experience with them, people always want commissions of the stuff that I have currently in my inventory, which is to say that stuff like the camouflage vehicles I build and the Chinese vehicles I build, they usually want those vehicles, and I sort of like to keep those as, I don't know, secrets, I guess, if you will. I mean, I suppose I'm open to commissions of other military vehicles. But when it comes to the stuff I've built personally, that's just out of my imagination, the fictional type stuff, I'm a bit more, I don't know, reluctant. So, that's pretty much my stance on that. But anyhow, the model itself, as you can see here, it seats a minifigure. It actually fits 3 minifigures in total. So you got the driver on that side, then you got room for the passenger. Then up top here you have a turret ring for the gunner. Turret ring is just assembled using some flex tubing. So you can see you just loop around the flex tubing and then you connect it to 2 points right there. Then you can see the roll cage design. Roll cage design was rather tricky because I had to cut lengths of flex tube to appropriate lengths. So you can see there's flex tubing right here. Then there's also flex tubing right here. And those are roughly the same size flex tube. And then the VDV Buggy, it also has a central beam on the roll cage, which I created using one of these neat little claw pieces. Then another piece of flex tube and an actual claw piece right up top there. And then to connect that all together, you just have one central flex tube piece running through here that's about 5 studs long. And then to connect it to the actual vehicle, you get these bar arms, and then whatever these pieces are. Those are pretty neat pieces. I should probably order more for myself. And then there's also some hands connecting the turret ring to the vehicle, because I think there's actually something like that on the VDV Buggy. Other bits of detail, you got some little storage nooks on the side here. You get one right there, and you have one on the other side right here. And then there's a spare tire in the back. Now the tires, they're actually the motorcycle tires. So if you ever get a Lego motorcycle, you can actually take the wheels off of those and then take the tires off and then use them as tires or something else. Now the wheels, as I mentioned in the tires, the wheels are tire in tire. So you have the motorcycle wheels, as I was just saying. Those connect, well actually, I wouldn't say connect, but they fit over thin tires. So you just build a tire assembly like this, and then you could perfectly fit over a motorcycle wheel. And since it is a ground vehicle, it has suspension and steering. So rear wheels, they go up and down, as do the front ones. And as you can see here, obviously the wheels, they steer. It's a little difficult of a mechanism. Usually on my vehicles it's a lot easier to work with. But scaling the system down and all, you know, you have to work with certain limitations, and one of the limitations here is ease of turnability. I mean, it actually does it, but, you know, it's a little bit difficult. And on that note, one of the more difficult aspects of this buggy was the position of those front wheels. Now, if you actually look at a picture of the VDV Buggy, the tires on the front are very far forward of the bumper. So they actually extend past, I guess, the bumper section, the main front of the vehicle. And then there's this large gap in between where the passengers sit and where the tires actually are. So that was the most difficult part in designing this thing, was getting this sufficient gap. Now, fortunately, it all worked out. I mean, if it didn't, I wouldn't be showing you this video. But I was able to make it so that the wheels extend past the front of the vehicle for that bit of accuracy. Other bits of accuracy, well, the front bar here, the VDV Buggy, it also has a similar looking front bar setup. I'm just lucky that this worked out, because I have a 2x1 G-slope here, then I have the bar connected, so that worked out. You know, you got some headlight detail, the front grille. And the construction of the fenders themselves, that was kind of a fun experience. It was pretty much the result of just playing around with some parts and figuring out a solution. But I think it works. It looks fairly decent. And then, of course, you get the sides that are sloped. But pretty much that's all there really is to this vehicle. It was a fun experience building something on this scale with that much functionality. And it's also a fairly accurate build, I'd say. And accurate builds, they can be rather difficult to come up with. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at my VDV Buggy. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more similar content. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.